Hi everyone, it's Fiona Edgar here. This is a video about the upcoming full moon, which happens tomorrow, July 13th. The full moon, of course, is in Capricorn, meaning it's ruled by Saturn. Okay, so what is a full moon? It's basically when two life areas are being illuminated for you, which leads to possibly an ending, but more likely just changes. So that is kind of the number one word for this lunation. It is change. The reason being is because it is actually conjunct Pluto. So it's about positive changes, which may be difficult initially. Now, this full moon is going to be full of drama. I will tell you that right now because of the conjunction with Pluto. So it may not even be external drama. It could be drama within yourself. It could be a realization about some issues that you have had with power. So what you could have really is some deeper insight into imbalances of power anywhere in your life. Maybe stuff that you do that disempowers yourself. So that's all going to kind of blow up over the next few days. So tomorrow, today, maybe a couple of days after, the next 2 weeks are going to be colored by the energy of this full moon. So the full moon is about changes, endings, a bit of drama, deep psychological insight that you will have within yourself and of course with other people and society in general, because Pluto is a generational planet. We will see all of this stuff playing out on the world stage. So the full moon is actually opposite Mercury. There could be some flare-ups of communication. There could be some dramatic conversations. There could be a war. I was about to say war of worlds, but hopefully it's just a war of words with Mercury here. You may have an epiphany about some changes that you have to take. So because this full moon is ruled by Saturn, ultimately the changes that are happening here are for your greatest good. There's going to be some growth that happens. There's going to be more stability, believe it or not, that comes in after this full moon. So if stuff feels like it's falling apart, which it very may feel like that over the next couple of days, what you're actually doing is building something positive for the future. So let's say that some relationships fall apart, or friendships, or even a job, depending on what's happening within your own personal birth chart. It's going to be beneficial for you in the long term. It's going to create more structure and more stability within your life. So the full moon is actually making some positive aspects to Neptune and also to Uranus. So that's where the positive energy is coming in. Helpful stuff that's going to come in would be connected to your spirituality, compassion. So this is a very hard full moon because it's in Capricorn, not known for its gooey, soft emotions. Of course, it's opposite the sun in Cancer, which is all about gooey emotions. So if you are faced with this kind of power struggle that I see in the chart for this lunation, treat yourself with compassion. Treat other people with compassion if they deserve it. I don't believe in turning the other cheek. If someone is attacking you or invading your territory, that would be another thing with this conjunction to Pluto. If someone else is being invasive, feel free to put them in their place. Now, what this is going to cause with this beautiful trine to Uranus, of course, is the positive change, change in emotions. Doing something a different way rather than the way that it's always been done. I do believe in tradition. Capricorn and Cancer are both signs that are connected with tradition. They're also the archetypes of the mother and the father. What you may feel is a lot of different stuff coming up. Now, that last moon that we had the new moon in Cancer, which was square Chiron, and then we had that Mars-Pluto square. That was a lot of drama, a lot of difficulties. A lot of people were dealing with being faced with the wounds, especially on the maternal side, a lack of nurturing from a parent, or perhaps even both parents. So what you're seeing with this full moon is like a closure to that. So maybe some relationships have fallen away. Maybe you're dealing with your family and in a different way before, because a lot of people actually have allowed themselves to be abused by family members. Now, I believe that blood is thicker than water, and I think that it's incredibly important. Family lines are important, bloodlines are important, but you should not allow yourself to be treated badly by your family members, because this moon is all about empowerment. What do you allow to happen that disempowers you? That could be anything. So it's about releasing all of that. Now, it's going to cause deeply transformative emotional changes within yourself. You may feel colder than usual, but when we live in a world that is completely dominated by out of control emotions and narcissism, everyone is obsessed with how they're feeling and think that everyone else should kind of cater to their own emotional needs, when in fact that is deeply unhealthy. So what we have to do is take back the power that we have allowed to be stolen from us, or maybe not even allowed. Maybe something happened when you were a child and you've kind of lived with that, and it's been a reoccurring pattern over and over again. This full moon is going to break that pattern for you one way or another. So it's also about changes within structures, because Pluto will change a structure. It will deconstruct. Of course, the United States is under its Pluto return right now, which is pretty crazy. And you guys over there are going through some very deep changes that are incredibly difficult. So what this is going to happen is change a structure within your life. Now, it could be a structure within your own behavior, relationships. What I also see in this full moon is that we may experience changes within the actual structure of your building, your home. You could have some issues there, depending on where it's falling in your chart. This is a general reading. If you want to have a deeper insight into more private stuff, you would need to book a personal reading with me. I have been off for a couple of weeks, but I am taking bookings for towards the end of the year, as I'm booked up until then. So you could also rebel against old family patterns. Maybe you have always been the doormat within your family. Maybe you're the black sheep. Everyone keeps their distance from you, or they come to you constantly with family problems, but yet no one is caring about you. Okay, so you could see that changing. The mother-father wound is going to be very highlighted over the next couple of days. So we do live in a society full of wounded people, and we are all wounded by our parents in some way. They're just humans. That's what it is. You may have an aggravation of an old wound that comes from your family, or especially your parents. So the best way to deal with this lunation is to, whatever changes that are happening, to go with them. The thing with Pluto is that Pluto wants you to be powerful. Okay, so you will see that you maybe over the next few days you will have to take a stand for yourself. You will have to reclaim that power again. So yeah, it's not going to be easy, but it is ultimately going to lead to some deeper sense of healing for you, and possibly within your family also. So what I'm going to talk about next is just how this lunation is affecting all of the signs. So you can watch your sun sign and your rising sign, and then your moon sign, especially if you were born at night. But the rising sign is really the most important. You would need to know your birth time to get an accurate rising sign. So if it's just a guess or an estimate, even from your mother, yes, all of the moms hate when I question the birth time, but it has to be accurate. Mine was recorded on my little wristband when I was born, and I had to rectify it because it was off by about 8 minutes, I believe. So Aries, for Aries rising, Aries sun and moon, this transformation is really going to occur within your career and your home life. Within your career in particular, you may be experiencing more power. Okay, if you're having a lot of issues in work, it's about whatever situation that is that you're in is not good enough for you, or you're allowing your power to be taken from you in some way. You could also experience emotional breakthroughs and endings connected with your home and your childhood. So for Taurus and Taurus rising, these deep changes are happening within your 9th house. So this will be a transformation around your very beliefs, the beliefs that you have. It also could be endings or changes connected to travel, foreign people, foreign cultures, also any kind of courses or learning that you're doing. So you may get an epiphany about beliefs that could change dramatically. They probably have been changing over the last couple of weeks. So for Gemini, this is happening in your 8th house. And really, this is about transformation within deep intimacy within relationships. That is something that can be quite difficult for Gemini people, is that deep intimacy. Maybe you don't allow people to come in. You could have an epiphany about how your childhood and your home life has affected your ability to have that or experience that intimacy within partnerships. So you could also have changes or endings connected to joint finances, credit cards, mortgages, and your sex life. So for Cancer and Cancer rising, you will experience profound changes connected to your relationships, your deep personal one-on-one relationships, marriages, and things like that. So there could be difficulties initially here. There could be a bit of drama that you have to deal with. But that is going to lead to a more stable foundation for you in the long term when it comes to your one-on-one relationship. So really what we're seeing here for you is difficulties that start, but by the end of this 2 weeks, you will experience a stronger foundation within all of your personal relationships. So for Leo, the full moon is happening in your 6th house, also affecting your 12th house. This is all about restructuring your daily routines. It's about being healthy and moving away from any addictions or bad habits that you have that are affecting your health. So you could have some flare-ups of health issues around this lunation. That's quite a strong possibility for you. Now, what you will also have is insight into your own self-undoing. So what I mean by that is stuff that you do yourself that hurts you, bad habits. This is a good time for you to clean that slate, whether they are emotional habits, things connected to your health, or even your career and your work life. So for Virgo, a Virgo rising, the changes are happening around your friendships, romances, groups of people, and also your children. So you could have a big change connected to your children here, or you could have some drama connected to a romance. Now, there could be also some drama connected to groups and friendships, but there are going to be some new avenues of communication that open within these groups that you belong to. So for Libra and Libra rising, you're going to experience these profound changes around your home life, also your job, right? So you could be moving house, you could be deconstructing a home for you above all of the other signs, building work, knocking down walls, rewiring, repiping, all of that kind of stuff. So annoying stuff, yes, but stuff that needs to be done nonetheless. You could also move house. You could also be dealing with some ancestral or family drama, as it is your 4th house and your 10th house. So there could be a change in work for you also. So for Scorpio, Scorpio rising, really the changes are happening in your 3rd. The 3rd house is going to be your transport. How do you move around? Is it your car? Do you get the train to work? There could be a change there within the next few weeks. Your connections with foreign countries, foreign people, travel, any kind of plans that you have, there may be a spanner in the works, there may be some drama, but ultimately it works out for the better in the long term for you. So for Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising, it is your 2nd house that is changing here and that is undergoing this deep, profound transformation. The 2nd house is all about your money. It's your finances. It's how you earn it. So it's not an eclipse. This is a regular full moon, okay? So it could be that you start to earn more money. You start to deconstruct the way that you spend your money, maybe keeping a closer eye on it, becoming more disciplined, which Sagittarius can sometimes have difficulty with. Instead of looking at the bigger picture with rose-tinted glasses and having this kind of rosy vision of the future, which is very sweet. I love Sagittarians, but you will be making better plans now. Your finances will have more of a structure. So you could also experience some changes within your values. So for Capricorn, this is an end of a cycle connected to your identity, you as an individual versus your 7th house, which would be your relationships. Now, something else that I also see here for Capricorns and Capricorn rising is that some part of your identity, which was forged through experiences that you had in your early childhood, okay, that some part of that has been damaged, that persona that you have is going to fall away. So yes, over the next few days, you could experience some very wounding issues that ultimately lead to a better sense of healing and a new part of your identity that is much stronger and more powerful than the old one is going to be forged. So for Aquarius, this lunation is happening in your 12th house. You may be taking a lot of downtime. You may need some rest over the next few weeks. You could be spending more time at home. You could be spending more time in bed or meditating. You will not feel as sociable as you did over the last few weeks. You will get more of a deeper insight into your own self-undoing. Your dreams may be very profound and full of symbolism. Be sure to write them down, analyze them. Don't use a dream dictionary, please. They're awful because the symbolism is not going to be the same, have the same meaning for everyone. Okay, so some positive things that you can do is to meditate, do some rituals with your ancestral gods, because this is a time of karma clearing for you, which will also lead to better health. Okay, so be very honest with yourself. You will be over this full moon period. You will get insight into the very shadowy, dark depths of your own psychology that were previously hidden to you. Something will be revealed to you that leads to a deeper sense of healing. So finally, for Pisces people and Pisces rising, the full moon is happening in your 11th house. Deep changes around any groups that you belong to, any friends that you choose to hang out with. So there could be a bit of drama there. There could be, you could be thinking, hang on a second, this person has all of the power. I don't like that. There could be a shift, a change. So ultimately it will be positive because something has been disempowering you about this friendship or this situation. There could also be some changes connected to your children. So that is pretty much it for everyone. So like I said, it is a regular full moon. You will have the usual drama that goes along with it. But go along with any changes that happen. Stand your ground. Right? Don't be the doormat. Don't be the pushover. Pluto wants to empower you. You can do it the easy way or the hard way. Right? The easy way is to keep doing things the way that you always did them. You will not be allowed to do that anymore. Okay. So you're hurting yourself or disempowering yourself. You must make a positive change. That could involve changes within the building that you live in, your home, relationships, groups of people, friends, your finances. Some change is coming. It's going to be okay in the end. So please don't worry, but you must push past this in a way that is healthy for you. So I hope that was helpful. Leave me a comment. I'm still off work. I'm not doing readings at the moment, but you can, like I said, you can book me in. You could also become my student, but it will be next year because I'm booked up until then. So that's it, guys. Have a wonderful full moon. I really do love you all, and I will be back again soon.